It has to be at the MCG because there's got to be a final at the MCG, and that's why they're playing Brisbane. They could have played round one down there, but because there's no other game in Victoria, it has to be at the MCG round one. Good. So Fremantle would play at the MCG against Geelong if they get through the Gold Coast.
Good problem to have.
Justin Longmuir won't be worrying about what's happening in 2 weeks' time. He'll be worried about what's happening this weekend, Saturday night, and he's been kind enough to join us on Simo and Goss. Appreciate your time, mate. Thanks for joining us. And, it all starts again, does it not?
G'day, guys. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's an exciting time of the year. Sun came out over the weekend, so that means finals is here. So, looking forward to it. It's going to be a pretty long build-up, given we're the last game of the first week, but players are excited and ready to get into it today.
JL, congratulations on the year. Talk us about the reset. And there's always a new message to be brought forward in the break, especially when there's the bye has come in a few years ago. Give us a little bit of an insight about what you guys have gone through in the last 10 days. Have you got a new direction, or is it just business as usual?
Try and keep it business as usual. I think what's worked for us well over the last 13, 14 weeks is just really leaning in on what we do, our process. So that won't change. And really, finals footy first week, you're playing better sides. So that the intensity lists, it's knockout. So the intensity lists. But what we've tried to get across to the players is more the outcome-based stuff that can drag you off task and get your mind off the job. So we think we've been pretty good at that the last 14 weeks. We've probably just reset to a bit of theming that we've had like from the start of the season. We did some theming around the America's Cup and what that brought to Fremantle and the drought that broke, and we've revisited that a little bit back end of the week. Went into Freo and went down to the Maritime Museum, but for an hour or so just to reset, and did a bit of Q&A with Fifey, seeing that it's going into his last finals campaign, and get a bit of an insight on what he thinks changes in finals and his experiences in finals and grand finals. So did a little bit, but mainly just trying to keep it really simple and about us.
See, Goss, that's art versus science. There's a bit of art there with the theme. I love a good theme. What about the Gold Coast Suns and what they actually bring? How have you handled? Actually, firstly, how any reflection on the last finals campaign that you'll take into this? Because I think you always learn from some of your failings over a finals campaign. Are you drawing anything from that campaign first?
Oh, not really. No, we didn't revisit that. We haven't revisited that too much. A couple of years ago now. So, players will have good feelings about that first final. I think we were 40 down against the Dogs, and we're able to get momentum our way and grind our way back into that game. And even the Collingwood game the next week, where there's 80,000 Collingwood supporters at the MCG, and probably got a little bit overwhelmed with that occasion. They're things that we'll lean on, but we won't need to lean on that this week.
Can I go back to the Fremantle experience? Because, none of your kids would have been born by then. I don't even know if you were, J-Lo. 1987 was when the Gage Roads hosted the defence of the America's Cup, and we know what the America's Cup meant to WA in general. Who brings up that type of stuff? Who came and said, hey, let's go down this theme and what it means to Freo? Is it a coaching-led thing? Is it a club-led thing? I'll be intrigued by how that's sort of instigated.
It was a coach-led thing. Yeah, one of the assistants, Jamie Graham, actually brought it to me. He saw the documentary and thought, geez, it's pretty cool, and watched it. Then you sort of just take it to the leaders and get a bit of a feel for, what they think about it. And the overall theme of just bringing something special back to Freo was something that we sort of latched onto early part of the season. Probably didn't tie it in as well as it probably could have during the season. It felt like players, when we were under the pump, probably felt like they needed footy and they needed like real simplicity and process orientated stuff. So probably went away from it a little bit in season, but this is a good opportunity last Friday to get off site, get away from the club for a few hours, and just reset and give them something a little bit different going into the weekend off. So hopefully they bounce into this morning and we'll get into main training tomorrow, and it'll be a pretty normal week from here on out.
Simo's been pretty good on. He believes that the Fremantle fans and the passionate members have been pretty grounded and measured about their expectation. One, making finals, and two, what the team can achieve. Have you sensed that, or do you think you've got a? You mentioned at the very start of this interview that it's going to be a long week, being the last game of the finals on a Saturday night. How do you address the week and tempering expectations of the Freo faithful?
I don't really. Yes, I suppose the fans can are excited and be as calm as they want. Like that. That doesn't really bother me. It's more just what we focus on internally. Understand that. There's going to be a lot more noise around this week. They're going to get a lot more messages, a lot more probably hit up for a few more tickets, like I have. So all those sorts of things you just need to accept and work through, but can't let it take from what you need to do on the weekend. And probably the last game, we just don't want to make sure the players get tied up in watching every game and barracking for different teams and losing any energy on what other teams are doing. It's just making sure that we talk about those things that can pop up in finals and and work out a plan on how we're going to handle them. And it's all really about making sure that we're focusing on what's important, and what's important is what they all need to do and what we all need to do in our roles. So I find the best way to approach that as a coach is just to talk openly about some of the things that can get in our way, and like I said, have a plan for those things.
You've actually stuck to your guns pretty well this year, Longy. Your style of play, the two rucks, the debate about that early in the year, the Fife as a sub, having the fourth least amount of experience and age being probably undervalued. Do you feel not vindicated, but how much confidence do you take in as a coach after what you've worked through this year into the final series?
Oh, yeah, I mean, you've got to have strong beliefs as a coach. You're right. I've been pretty firm on some of the things I've stuck to. But, you would know as well as me that there's a lot of factors behind the scenes that probably don't get picked up as easily in the media as to why performances are performances. And, the team we've rolled out probably the last 4 or 5 weeks and played some really good footy is not the team that we were playing early in the season. We had a fair few injuries to our probably top line players, or even injuries to a lot of our leadership group at times, and that forced us to probably be a bit younger than we wanted to be or expected to be, and that brought some inconsistencies. But as we've got some continuity with our team, and like you said, stuck to our guns, and really settled the team down. Our performances have shone. So really strong coaching group, really strong belief in the way we play, and I think that's filtered through to our performances back into the season.
And I know you largely focus on yourself and your own system and method, but Gold Coast, what's the number one strength you see in your early planning throughout this week? I'm assuming you've done a little bit of work on them. What's jumping off the page?
Oh, their midfield's really strong, led by a really, really good ruckman. But, at ground level, they're really strong. They play a really good system, really role-driven, contest-based system. They get the game played in their front half when they're up and about, and really hard to get through from your back half. So contest is going to be king. I thought when we went to the Gold Coast earlier in the season and played them, our pressure was outstanding, and our contest work was really strong, and we were able to get the game played in their front half for long periods, and that's finals footy. I feel like Gold Coast play a really strong finals brand as well. So, it's going to be a great challenge.
It is. You've got to make one change. Corey Wagner, sadly, who's been a wonderful soldier for you, got back into the team after a bit of an injury and the like, and now goes out. But Driscoll did well. He went back to the waffle after a couple of lean weeks at the AFL level and really produced a terrific performance for Peel. Johnson's on the comeback trail. Sharp's always available as well. You've got one decision to make, one would imagine. Is that all we're looking at? I mean, unless you get touch wood, you don't get an injury this week. You're only looking at the one change?
Haven't got to selection yet. We'll look to see if we can improve the team.
The old coach.
One force change. One force change, and the guys you mentioned are the right. They'll be up for selection. Driscoll was probably stiff to miss out against the Western Bulldogs. and Jono, when fit's been in our best side all year. So, yeah, there's going to be one headache there.
Hayden Young,
all good thing.
Where's Hayden Young at? Just in regards to 65% of game time last time you played, has he just continued to just keep building, and we're going to see obviously more game time? I mean, there's no tomorrow, is there? You've got to win. It's now cutthroat right through.
Yeah, it's a balance with Youngie. He's built again. He's got a couple of big sessions in. He'll train again. Obviously, big session this week. It's about maybe lifting his game time, but we want quality out of him as well. And the base, he hasn't got a big fitness base, so we'll just manage his game time. I wouldn't imagine it'd be a huge step up in game time for him. He naturally he plays a little bit less game time for us when he's really fit. So. I'd expect him to be about the same, because we want real bang for buck when he's out there, and we can probably do that a little bit, or he can give that a little bit better to us when he's a bit fresher. So we'll work through that. Clearly an important player. I thought he had a real impact when he came on against the Dogs, and when he was on the ground, it seemed to be when we were winning clearance. So important player for us.
Last one from me, JL. The on-field leadership that I've seen this year, it's really noticeable. I can see it in the little bits of vision I've reviewed, and we showed it a couple of times on 360, just the on-field leaders and the next step they've taken in even the last 10 weeks, let alone the whole season. Who carries the load on field? It looks the obvious ones, Sarong, Pearce, even Tracy, but who do you see as an important cog to your on-field leadership?
Those three in particular are really strong. I think Sam Switkowski's, he's one of the smartest footballers I've ever coached. He understands game situations. He's always on task and in the moment. So he's really important, especially when it comes to like late in game when forwards start going behind the ball, and you talk about different things and different scenarios, but never plays out exactly how you want it. And having those players that can just see and adapt on the field to different structures the opposition's throwing up is really important. So he's really important. And two guys that aren't in our leadership that drive a lot of communication behind the ball and have been really important this year is Jordan Clark. He's stepped up in his leadership and comms and been able to connect the halfbacks to the midfield, which is really important. And Brendan Cox has really stood up as well. At times we've missed his year this year. He's been out with injury, and Cox has really stepped up, but not only in the way he's played, which I think's been outstanding. His leadership and ability to set the ground up as in that last line has been really important as well. So, like you said, we're starting to build a real depth of leadership. We've probably relied on too few at times, but now we've got a really good spread across the field, across lines, and across our age groups, which is really helping us in those tight situations.
Some quick fire ones really quickly. We appreciate your time. Has the Amazon Prime filming documentary been in your face and in your grill? Is it easy to do your job going into a finals campaign with that happening?
No, they've actually been really respectful. It's right down my alley, by the way.
You love it.
I love it.
You actually volunteered yourself.
Yeah, got him in the car driving to work every day. They've been really respectful, Goss, and that's all you ask for. They haven't been too intrusive. Every time we've asked them to sort of get out of the way or hide in the corner, they've done that really well. So they've done a really good job.
Murphy Reid, rising star, what a super season. And look, I think 3 weeks out from the end of the year, whether they'd made their decision or not, everyone was talking about Daniel Curtin and what he'd done in Adelaide. But boy, in the last month, you must be very proud of him, and he thoroughly deserves that honour, if it means anything to anyone.
Oh, super, yeah. And there's been times at the back end of the year we thought, geez, might have to give the kid a rest. But he just keeps eating up the work, keeps clearly he wants to play every week, and his GPS and performances have kept building throughout the year. So, we obviously haven't had to give him a rest. But super. Everything we've asked him to improve on, he's improved on. All the moments he takes when we need it, he steps up to the plate. So, any recognition that he gets is well deserved.
Last one for you. Are you good to go? You ready? You've been in the gun. Not from us, not from Simo's been a great supporter of yours right through all of this. But there were people in our own network that were putting you up there to be shot down. How are you going into this finals campaign? And I know you don't want to personalise it, but how are you feeling going into this finals campaign?
I'm excited, Goss. Yeah, it's been a tough year at times, but I mean, challenges and the tough times are what build you as a club and as people. So, I'm looking forward to what's ahead. Like I've said plenty of times, I think we've built a brand of footy that stacks up against the better sides. So, let's get out there and get amongst it. Appreciate your time. Good luck on the weekend.
Good luck, mate.
Good luck for the week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Justin Longmuir, coach of Fremantle. 20 degrees out, top 4.8. I think there's sort of some talk about wet weather and stuff like that.
Is it?
Yeah.
That
whatever.
suits.
Yeah, exactly.
Anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, exactly right. Plenty of great texts coming in who loved him. I think JL's gone now, but the America's Cup 87 was huge for Fremantle. Tidied the place up. They just gave it a great overhaul. I think we copped a flogging in the America's Cup.
Yeah,
Fremantle.
it's still what it tells me, and it still happens now. This theming, you do set a theme at the start of the year sometimes. So we did a mountain thing. Let's get to the top of the mountain. And then sometimes you reset a theme. So Brisbane dancing on ice. I think they needed to win the last 7 games in a row to win the grand final, and Fags embraced that. So just having something to ground you back into, okay, here's the message behind the message. So I think that's important, and I'm not surprised they've got something like that. So that was the defence of the title.
Correct.
Yeah.
They
So
won
maybe they
in
look,
83.
maybe it's just as much the winning the.
Oh, I just said what it did for Fremantle. It brought Fremantle to life, and Fremantle had a complete overhaul based on having the America's Cup.